What else do we want in here? I kind of want to think about. I think I want to think about these fire slingers, but I have exactly 2 bloodthirst creatures, 3 if I play this guy. Not really what I'm looking for. Maybe it would be better with just red-white. I get 2 Assault Griffins, Sarah Angel. The problem is that the Assault Griffins are really good if you're ahead, and they're kind of bad if you're behind, because they don't block well. Most of the little flyers don't block well. This guy is actually more than fine. I should probably run one of him. He fits a good spot on the curve, and I'm always happy to play like a vanilla 4/4 for 5. Like, that's pretty good. Like, Berserkers of Bloodridge was fine, and this guy is even better than that. Plus, the format's a little more aggressive, and this guy's big enough to tangle with most of the aggressive. He's bad against green decks, however. Like, they got lots of 2/5s and 5/6s, and, you know, gentlemen like this and this and this and this. We do not even incinerate. Our entire deck is actually pretty bad against a green heavy deck. Like, for instance, we don't have a very convenient way to get past a giant spider or anything like that. So maybe with that in mind, we play the Slaughter Cry. Would that be decent? Because we don't have a whole lot of tricks, and it can be good. It can be good on like Sangir Vampire if they think they're trading. You know, they think they're trading, but instead they're getting just wrecked. And you get the counter. Could be something to think about. I guess we have Fireball and Consume Spirit and Doomblade, and Onyx Mage is pretty good against green. Yeah, we're gonna probably go up to 20, probably 23 total 23 total non-lands. Rusted Sentinel is a card that I'm kind of back and forth on. Against control decks, it's pretty small and pretty slow. Like, by the time you actually get it going, it takes it takes way too long, and it gets quickly outclassed, even by just like mediocre cards like this or like this. But against aggro, it's pretty slow, and it doesn't block flyers, and it doesn't really, like, it comes into play tap, so you can't even block the turn you play it. I kind of think we're just going to leave him on the sidelines. He's better in, like, the greedier decks, where you're playing lots of high-powered stuff, and you just want something you can cast in the earlier turns. Maybe I'm undervaluing these Fire Slingers, but I don't think so. So what kind of stuff? We got plenty of stuff to handle bombs between the bombs of our own, our Fireball, and our Doomblade. That handles most stuff in the format. We got, even though we're red-black, we've got good flyers. We have 2 amazing flyers, and that's really good. And I think we're really only bad against stuff like Mind Control or maybe Planeswalkers. You know, like, we probably couldn't beat a Garruk, Primal Hunter. Blue-white Skies we could probably beat. We have lots of spot removal that hits small flyers, and we'll probably be able to outclass them in the end game. Against green-based decks with lots of spiders and things like that. The reason I'm going over this is just because, like, I want to try to think of where we're the weakest and pick our last few cards to kind of shore up those weak points. We can grind out with anybody with our Gravediggers and our Grim Lavamancer and things like that. So it looks like we're a little light on creatures. I guess the problem is we don't really have a lot of creatures that do anything too productive. And given that our deck is not very aggressive, we're probably going to be... Yeah, I'm going to play one of these Fire Slingers at least, because I have 2 Bloodthirst creatures and not a lot of early ways to deal damage. Like, I have the Lavamancer, the Arsonist, and an Onyx Mage, and that's it. And I'll probably play this Dusk Hunter Bat, because, like, it's fine, and a 2/2 flyer for 2 is pretty good, like, even in a control deck. That's fine. That's not great, but and I could definitely see some situations where it would be bad. So if I'm gonna play the smaller creatures that are low value, then a trick like Slaughter Cry gets a lot better because your opponent attacks with their 3/3 into your Fire Slinger, and you have the Slaughter Cry, and you get to just get them. So I could see that being good. Maybe it wouldn't work out that way, but we don't have a lot of pump tricks or anything like that. This is also good against other tricks, like if they Giant Growth or if they, that sort of thing. Then you're like, oh, by the way, my trick gives my guy first strike. Man, I feel like we're leaving a lot of really, really quality cards in the wings here, but not a whole lot we can do. Brink of Disaster is kind of mediocre. I would side it in against, if they had some huge thing that I thought just had to go. But basically, with no way to tap it, or if I was playing this, but with no way to tap it, you're basically just giving the thing that you're targeting defender. So, one more card probably make the deck. It's either going to be this. This card is surprisingly good. Sometimes you just draw it and win. I don't know. I wish I had, I do have a Mind Rot. I could totally see just dinging somebody with Fire Slinger a couple times, and then you just, Lava Axe them and then Fireball for 7 and just get there. That'd be embarrassing. But that's happened to me before. We have our generic 3/2 for 3 that could easily make the deck and fill a decent spot on the curve. Is there any reason not to play that guy? I think Devouring Swarm might be a little bit better. Gives us a little bit of mind control insurance. Gives us an extra flyer. Yeah. But I think we're going to want to be... Let's sort by color here. Yeah, I think we're going to want to be pretty close to even in lands, which makes a less picky card. But I think if we go 17 land, I think we're actually going to be either 9 and 8 in favor of mountains, or 10 and 7. Probably 9 and 8, because Consume Spirit wants swamps and that sort of thing. One more card. I don't want to play 13 creatures. I think I want to play 14. I think 9 spells is a lot in Sealed. So it's between this Warpath Ghoul, Rusted Sentinel, which I don't like for reasons I've already mentioned. I think Bonebreaker Giant is probably better than him. Or a Devouring Swarm. And the winner is... I think I'm just going to play the Warpath Ghoul for now. I don't know. This just trades with so much cheap stuff. It trades with all the mages, like Azure Mage and whatnot. Do I really want 2 Bonebreaker Giants? Maybe this guy does need another look. Or maybe I should just try to get huge here. Fireslinger's decent. I just don't think I want more than one, especially when I already have a Lavamancer, which is an actually good Fire Slinger. I don't think I want to play 3 Fire Slingers. I could just play the 18th land, but that doesn't seem very good either. Yeah. I think I'm going to go with Warpath Ghoul, even though it's pretty bad. Because our deck's kind of slow, so we can leave this guy on defense and suggest 9/8 in favor of swamps, eh? Interesting. I don't know if I agree or not. Well, maybe I'm wrong. You really want an early mountain, but you don't really need 2 until a lot later. Alright. We'll accept Moto's recommendation and submit. And hey, I'm not the last person to submit, which is very rare. Even when I'm not on camera, I take a long time. We're definitely going to revisit this white, especially if our opponents have really, really slow decks. Then that makes these Assault Griffins and stuff a lot better if we can get them in there. And we might, go red-white just splashing for Doomblade or something like that. That would let us get a little bigger. In exchange for having less of the card advantage stuff. And that's definitely something I'm going to want to keep an eye on. Especially if my opponent has a white base deck and they're bringing in like Celestial Purge and things like that, then getting some extra value post board might be good. But we'll just wait and be back for round 1.